What's up everybody? Thanks for checking out this video. This video is in lieu of a parent meeting. So instead of putting a date on the calendar and inviting everybody to come and covering all this stuff together, I thought this video might actually be more convenient. So I hope that works out. You'll notice that the video is a few minutes long. Please watch the entire thing because we're covering some really important stuff about what's happening in the fall in our ministry to middle school and high school kids. More than just events that are coming up and what we're going to talk about in Sunday school and who the leaders are going to be, but some big changes in Sunday school and Wednesday night programming, changes that I think you're going to want to hear about. So I'm going to talk about those changes. I'm going to talk about who the leaders are going to be in these different program areas. I'm going to talk about what we'll be learning and discussing in Sunday school and on Wednesday nights and in small groups and stuff like that. And then I'm going to put out some important dates that I hope you write down on your little calendars, save the date type stuff, because we know these things sneak up on us and I hate for you to miss out on something that you say you didn't know was coming. And if I think of anything else I think you should know, I'm going to throw that in there too. So let me start by talking about these differences between Sunday mornings and Wednesday night programming. Now here's what we're doing. Sunday school is going to be about teaching. Imagine that. The primary focus of the Sunday school hour is going to be about transmitting information and translating that information in a way that students can understand. The point is, for the volunteers and the Sunday school teacher, theirs is a commitment to teaching. You know what I'm saying? And it's not dry and classroom-like, but it's a learning-driven program. Is that making sense? So, and I hate to put it this way, in a way, Sunday school is less relational than Wednesday nights because it's so teaching driven. Wednesday night programming, so this includes middle school small groups and high school youth group, is not really focused on teaching the way that Sunday school is. If Sunday school is about what we want kids to know, what we want kids to remember, Wednesday nights are going to be about how we help them remember these things or how we can apply these things into our lives. Wednesday nights are more about transformational stuff. And so for volunteers on Wednesday night, which includes small group leaders and our high school group leaders, for them, theirs is a commitment more to relationship than to teaching. It's a commitment to come alongside the students and have these conversations about how these things really play out in our lives. I hope this is making sense. I hope you can see the difference between Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights and how on Sunday mornings we're focused on teaching and on Wednesday nights we're focused on breaking it down and applying it into our lives. That's not to say there won't be teaching in small groups and on Wednesday nights in high school group. It's just different. I think you're catching my drift, right? On Sunday mornings they're learning. And on Wednesday nights, we're leaning in, we're sharing life together, we're sitting together, and we're talking about how that learning translates into experience. One other way to think about it, there's intellectual learning, and then there's experiential learning. There's stuff we learn sitting in a classroom, and there's stuff we learn through experience. Sunday school is more like a classroom in that sense, even though there won't be desks and it doesn't feel like a classroom. It'll be intellectual learning, an intellectual learning about Scripture and the Christian life. Where Wednesday night, taking those things that we're talking about on Sunday mornings and bringing them into, well, I've already said all that. I've said that enough times. I think I've covered. I hope what I'm saying about Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights makes sense. And of course, if there's any questions or you have any concerns about that, come and see me or get in touch with me. Okay, now let me tell you who the volunteer leaders are going to be for each of the different program areas. Are you ready? In the monthly rotation for middle school Sunday school, which is Sunday school for 7th and 8th grade students, will be Tom Wyndham, Trey Gwynn, and Beth Brash. Give it up. Yes. Very excited about all that. Middle school Sunday school will be meeting in the cellar as per the usual. High school Sunday school, so that's Sunday school for kids 9th through 12th grade, will be meeting in the vault. And the rotation of teachers in there will be Patsy Coleman, David Sevier, and Hollis Hewlett. Give it up for that group. Tremendous group of people. Very excited. Joining us on Wednesday nights for high school youth group, which happens in the cellar, should be a familiar group of people. Andrea Elkins, Marilyn Patterson, me, and Tom Wyndham. Give it up. Good group. Good group. It's going to be a great year. And then finally, middle school small groups. Girls small group leader is going to be Tracy Webb. Yes. And then the boys small group leader is going to be Bruce Bailey. Give it up. Yeah. We're pumped. We're very, very pumped. Okay. Let me cover some things that we're going to be teaching and talking about this fall. First, middle school Sunday school. They're going to be starting out with a series called The Beginner's Guide to Connecting with God. This is a 5-week series about spiritual habits, talking about how we connect with God. What are some ways that we can connect with God? And how does that help us learn about who God is and who we are? Going to be fantastic. Once that's over, the middle school group will be moving into a series called Circles. Circles. This is a 3-week series about friendship. Be the kind of friend you want in your circle. Know what I'm saying? Be wise about the friends that you allow into your circle. This is going to be great too. Very excited about it. For the high school group, they're going to be starting out with a series called Rhythm. Most of us, when we hear the word worship, we think about being in church, singing songs and all that kind of stuff. But what about life as worship? Living our lives as worship? And what about putting some sort of rhythm into our lives that makes the whole thing even sweeter? Then we're going to be moving on in the high school group to a series called Real Friends. We'll be exploring not only the qualities we look for in good friends, but the qualities we want to cultivate in ourselves to be a good friend. Because the right kind of friends are the real kind, and that's the best kind. Or something like that. It's going to be great. Those get you through about fall break, maybe just a little bit past fall break. And we'll do another one of these videos to let you know what's coming up next after those, but that ought to get you covered for a while. It's always my hope and dream that you're paying attention to the emails I'm sending, the text messages I'm sending, the posters we're putting up, so that you know when these things are happening and what's happening and why your kids should be attending. But I know everyone's busy, including me, and sometimes this stuff just slips by and we don't even know. So let me point out a few important dates for you. Summer trips. If they're not on the calendar already, please get them on there. For middle school students, The Great Escape, this is happening, let's see, June 7 through 12, the year 2020. 2020, dang. And this year at The Great Escape, it's Christmas. Sorry, I should never make that sound. Christmas at The Great Escape. This summer, the high school group is returning to Locally Grown, that mission experience that hits close to home. Very excited about that. That's going to be May 26th through June 1. Mark your calendars for that one. Don't want to miss out. Don't forget about some important retreats. The high school fall camping trip, September 20 through 22. The high school ski retreat, January 17 through 20. And of course, the church retreat, which is for everyone, and we hope you come to that, along with all your peeps. That's going to be April 24 through 26. What else can I tell you about? There's so much. Just please keep an eye out for things. Do read the stuff I send. I really am not trying to overwhelm you or inundate you with stuff. But when I send it, it would just make me so happy to know that you've read it. And if it asks for an RSVP or a reply or some indication of whether or not your student's going to be participating, let me know, please. And not that that's your job, but it does make my life a lot easier. Quick little note about summer trips. If your student is planning on going with us on a summer trip, then mark your calendars for, Wednesday, February 12th. That will be our annual dinner and cake auction fundraiser, which goes to help offset the cost of those summer trips. And it's always the expectation that if a student is coming on a summer trip, then they're also helping serve and volunteer for that event. And in case you hadn't heard, the Fall Festival this year is happening on Friday, September 6th. Yes, September 6th. Catch me sometime and I'll give you all the good reasons why we're moving it, but hope to see you there. Spread the word. That's about all the information I've got for you, I think. I'm sure more will occur to me, but I think that gives you enough of an idea of what's happening. Did I explain well enough the difference between Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights and why it's so important for you to encourage your kids to be attending both? I just thought of something else I almost forgot. I already did a video for this, but I really hope to see you starting Sunday, August 11 for Growing With. I'll be leading this 6-week Sunday school class for parents of teenagers talking about growing with. You can look at another video for information about that one. Now, I really do think that covers it all. More than anything else, I hope you realize, I hope you know how much we love you and care for you and your kids. If there's ever anything we can be doing differently, we can be doing better, we can be whatever, just reach out. Let us know. Let me know. Love to hear it. Thanks for watching this video. Please encourage others to watch it. People you know who have teenagers involved in the ministries that we're doing. I think it would be helpful for them to see it too. So help me out with that, please. That is all, my friends. Peace.